yes, Mzansi, you can see I'm so excited because it's that time of the day. We're going to do something special out here in the kitchen, and it's even more special because wait for this. Well, before we get into the specialness, let's first do the following. Let's welcome you back to another installment of the Culinary Hotline. Bling! Ting!
First one of the year! First one of the year!
Yes! And we do it with Chef Clem, and we're joined by our favorite, of course. And if you have any questions for the chef himself, all things kitchen related, kitchen culinary conundrums, you can call us right now. It's 021 110 5552. But it's not just the first of the year because we're doing something even more special. I got nervous when I saw this person. I want you, Mzansi, and the rest of the studio to give us and everybody a warm round of applause. We've got our top fan in the studio. Her name is Shireen Abrams, all the way from Mitchell's Plain. Shireen, coming to the kitchen! Woo-hoo-hoo. Welcome, 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 Shireen. I must just say, I got starstruck this morning because I've heard you, I've seen you on our social medias, you're like one of our family members, and then I see you in the flesh and I realize this is the Shireen, and I got a little bit nervous and I'm so excited. I can't say thank you enough for joining us this morning. And just for that, I wanted to award you and officially welcome you to the Expresso family with one of our Expresso aprons. There you go, that is for you. Welcome to the family. Thank you for joining us this morning and thank you for being a part of all the magic that happens over here. How's it feel being here though?
Super excited, and I'm nervous. I have to be agree because when you're on social media, it's different.
Yeah.
But once you become alive, then I'm super happy to be here, and I'm very excited.
Don't worry, because you look absolutely exceptional as well for your debut, so well done on that, and you're in good hands. Chef Clem and I are here to serve you. All right, so obviously it's the Culinary Conundrum. Do you have any questions for Chef Clem? I believe you do, and we are here to answer them. So what is the question for Chef Clem?
I actually wanted to know butter chicken.
Yes.
I've tasted it already, but I don't know how to make it.
Okay, and today we're going to make one that's a little different to the traditional red style butter chicken, but it's very exciting because if you were naughty last year and Santa gave you coal, we know how to use it, and we're going to use it today.
Is that what this is about? I thought we're just not making a fire. We actually
No, we're going to use it. Watch, check us out. Okay,
all right.
So the onions are in the pot, and the first thing that's very important is when you're cooking onions in a stew or in a curry, the temperature should be quite low because you want to caramelize the onions, you want the sugars to come out. If you think about a steak, when you put it into a hot pan, you sear it.
Yeah.
Same thing happens with onions. You put it into a hot pan, you sear it. It's not going to give those sugars a chance to actually come out. You want the sugars to come out because that's going to bring sweetness to your curry, and you need those dimensions. Okay, cool. So, onions in the pot, and very special, we're not using oil today.
Okay.
We're using ghee, okay? Ghee. It's clarified butter. It is just...
Where does Shireen and I get ghee from, just by the way?
From Woolworths.
Okay.
I must remember that.
Remember that, and it's delicious. Ghee is amazing. So the problem with normal butter is that it starts burning very quickly.
Okay.
So you can't really fry in it.
Yeah.
Ghee doesn't have that problem. All those milk solids are taken out, so it doesn't brown as quickly. So onions are cooked in ghee. Then we're going to go with some cinnamon, some green chili. Notice there's no red spices with this one.
Yeah.
So you're not going to get the color, but you're going to get beautiful, vibrant, citrusy flavors coming through, and then smoke. So you're going to check it out. Okay, chili goes in, cinnamon goes in, cardamom goes in. And if you don't like biting in cardamom, which is 99.999% of the world, you can crush it and then blend it really finely and then put it into your curry. Then we got some cumin going in there. I'm going to ask you, Shireen, if you can start spicing our chicken. If you can marinate your chicken in the spices the night before, amazing. Okay. What I've got for you is some cumin, some coriander, some turmeric, pepper, and salt. You can add that to your chicken. I prefer having the chicken with the skin on. And even if you don't, you can actually cook a chicken with the skin on, take the skin off afterwards. There's just so much flavor you get in the chicken when you cook it with the skin on.
I do exactly that, Clem. I don't actually eat the skin afterwards, but I love how it retains all that flavor, keeps some of the moisture in as well.
You go for it.
Kind of just gives it that perfect balance.
It does.
It does. Absolutely magnifique.
Okay. Then what I've got is I took some cashews.
Okay.
And I toasted them in a pan until they just started to get a bit smoky, a little bit of color on it.
Going fancy, yeah.
That's the thing, though. Cashew and almond flour is actually used in a lot of curries to give it body and to thicken it. So that's why I really like this recipe so much. So we're gonna go in with the cashews that have been ground up, toasted and ground up. I want a little more ghee. People are quite scared of using oils or fats when they're busy with curry because they're like, that shimmer on the top of the curry.
Yeah, and it all
I
that
don't
kind
like
of settles and
The thing is, fat carries flavor because it absorbs all your flavor. If you don't have enough fat in a dish like a curry, you're not going to get that proper like flavor going through the curry, which you really, that's what you need. You must have that. Okay, cool. So give this a mix. It's going to start coming together. I've got more ghee going in a pan. Shireen, can I ask you now how we're going to do this? Okay, let's swap a little bit. You can come around the side very quickly.
Okay.
By the way, I must just say, Shireen, you're doing exceptionally well in the kitchen. Just easing into it, just working with the top chef, Clem himself, like it's just another day for you. So I must just say, well done so far. The nerves are nowhere to be seen. You're slaying.
She's not even, are you not stressed?
Not at all.
No.
She's lying.
No. Okay.
It's like she's back at home.
It's like she's back it up.
Back at home with the fam.
We got some cream going in. Okay, now we're gonna let this cook, and you're gonna see it start thickening up as well. Salt, also very important. You can have the best spice mix in the world. If you don't have enough salt, you're not gonna taste a thing.
Oh, really?
Okay.
You've got to like activate it with
You've
that
got
salt,
to,
eh?
like, that's a good way. You gotta activate the spices and the flavors, and for that you need salt. So we're gonna brown our chicken. The thing about butter chicken, the browner you can get the chicken, the better. That's why they normally do it over charcoal. Because then it gets nice and black on the outside, black in a good way this time, but it's not cooked all the way through. So we can swap again quickly. So, if you can let your chicken get really, really nice and brown, you're winning. Once your chicken's really, really brown, you're gonna add it to your curry sauce. And you're gonna see, it's gonna start thickening up. The color's gonna start coming through. I'm actually gonna borrow a little bit of your spices.
Even the smells already, I mean, we haven't even added so much into it, but I'm getting some good flavor sensations.
Those flavors
in
are
the
coming
nose.
through. So, okay, so the spices go in, pepper as well. Okay, so the chicken's nice and dark. It's gonna go into the curry sauce, which is gonna be thick. Butter chicken also, people blend butter chicken sauces. So it's nice and smooth. That's an option. You don't have to do that. If you are gonna do it, make sure you take out the cinnamon stick. You don't wanna be blitzing it with the cinnamon stick in there because no one's gonna like it. It's gonna be just, you can't really eat it. Okay, so fast forward. Chicken's nice and brown.
And of course, Chef Clem, just before we get into that, just remind the viewers, of course, you can get some of these recipes and inspiration at expressoshow.com. Don't fret, we've got all of the info that you need. And of course, if you have any other questions, bring them through right now. Shireen, of course, our top guest, one of our family members, finally made it to the studio in the kitchen. It is really happening, and she has slid so easily into this, working with Chef Clem here. And he's about to get the coal on fire.
Right, so what I'm doing is I've taken lump charcoal, okay, the restaurant grade from Woolies, and I put it down on an open flame. You can also use a burner for this. Perfectly fine. Just get the coal nice and hot, okay?
Right.
Chicken, keep an eye on the chicken. What you want to do is then, I've got the chicken over here, the curry, that's got the chicken that's been browned. I put it into the curry sauce, and I let it cook for about 20 minutes. Chicken's completely cooked through. The flavors have matured. It's delicious. The thing about a curry, though, it's going to be amazing today, but even better tomorrow. Okay, so keep an eye on that. My coal's almost there. Ral, can I get your metal little bucky there?
Got you, Chef.
Okay, what you want to do is pop your metal bowl on the side of the thing. Use a smaller bowl and use a bigger pot. Okay? All right. So, it's my favorite part.
I'm Shireen and I are just sitting here
watching.
staring because we are so excited to see what on earth you're about to do right now.
It's happening, it's happening. Once your coal's nice and hot, okay, put it down in the middle dish, pour some ghee over. You see that smoke? You want that. Put the lid on.
Ah, I see what you did.
You're gonna add so much smoky flavor to your curry. And I was like, whoa! And that's traditional. There's so many different versions of this curry, but that's my favorite one because it actually makes a huge, huge difference. The way that the smoke actually gets in the curry is insane. Okay, you've got to try this. You've got to try it.
I am absolutely impressed. I don't know if you've been paying attention because I know it can get quite chaotic in the kitchen, but you seem like this is just another day for you. I'm so glad that you are here to be a part of the process, be a part of the family as well. And of course, we're not going anywhere. We've got a part two. We've got some more conundrums coming through. Chef Clem, are we kind of done with that recipe?
Oh, yeah, this one is good. This one, get your rice, get your rooties, or your rotis, and you're done.
And we're done.
All right, there you have it. Culinary Hotline Bling. That's your first edition. Another one coming at you in just a bit. Shireen, our top fan, family member, she's just earned the apron. She's going to be joining us for that one too. So don't go anywhere. We'll see you in a bit. Smelling good, guys. Nice stuff.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, welcome back, you beautiful soul. We're still doing something absolutely special right here in the kitchen right now. And we've got our special guest, our family member, Shireen Abrahams, and she's here to help us cook, help us get this kitchen culinary conundrum popping. And of course, we're doing it with Chef Clem. And one more time, just because we got Shireen here, let's get it settled. It's the Culinary Hotline Bling! Ching, ching, ching! Now, Shireen, obviously, we did something special earlier where we were doing butter chicken, but this is something that is a little bit more challenging. I have no idea how to bake or anything else, and I'm sure you have a question for Chef Clem too, so maybe we both can learn from this one, right? What's your question?
My question for you is, my family loves milk tart. I've never made milk tart before. I normally buy it. But I want to try, this year, I've challenged myself, I want to try to bake.
No.
I want to start
like
baking.
that.
Okay.
2022 is about you. I like that.
All right. So we're going to do a milk tart with a short crust pastry because I just thought there's more skill to kind of teach how to make that short crust pastry. When you make short crust pastry, take the recipe and times it by 4. And I'm being dead serious.
Times
when I
by
say
4.
Times
All
it
the
by
ingredients.
4.
Okay.
Make the pastry once, use your portion that you need, and the rest goes to the freezer, and you can use it for a whole year. So I'm like, why do the work 4 times over if you can just do it once and have the pastry there? So short crust pastry is very easy to make. You don't need heavy machinery.
Yeah.
It's so simple. I've got flour, some corn flour there for you. I'm gonna ask you to mix that together. Then I've got some butter. And it's nice and chilled. You're gonna use your fingertips. And this is apparently where women really excel at pastry because men apparently have hotter hands than women.
Oh, yeah?
And hot hands are not good for pastry.
Why is that? Is it because women are more cold-hearted than guys? Or... But it's okay. Before she even stabs me here with the utensils.
It's still January of 2022. We're all turning. Okay. I don't know. But okay.
No, I kid.
So this is a great thing because hot hands would melt the butter, and you don't want that to happen. You want to keep the butter nice as firm as possible. You just want to coat the butter, the tiny pieces, in the flour. That's what you want. So, Raul, I've given you a lemon for your sour comment. Okay. So we're gonna once Shireen's got that butter in there, and once it's all nice and mixed through, we're gonna add a squeeze of lemon. What the lemon does is it stops the gluten from forming. Now, gluten is good when we're making bread and when we're making pasta, but when it comes to pastry, you don't want gluten. You want short and snappy. The lemon juice stops the gluten from forming. So that's going to go in there. But just like a cheek of lemon.
Just a little, like,
so you can use your
lemon in
fingertips
there.
and you can just work that into it.
Shireen, I've got to ask you, obviously, you watch the show all the time. You say you spend your time at home with the family watching us. Now you're on the show. What does it feel like currently cooking with Chef Clem and doing all this in the kitchen? Does it feel real?
All I can say, it's amazing to be here, and this is the highlight for me. My 2022, I've been on Expresso.
Yes, highlights already. The year's just begun, and look at this. Look where we are. You're doing something exceptional, and hopefully you'll be doing this again for the family too. This might not be the last one, and me as well, because I'm paying a lot of attention here. Baking is something that I've never tackled, but gladly and luckily we have Chef Clem here to sort us out.
So you've got a special event that's happening next week that you could maybe make this milk tart.
What's the special event?
My daughter is turning 13 years old on the 20th.
Okay. Teenagers
Where
coming
she's at
through.
the
And I
back
see
there.
her hiding away in the studio over there.
Oh, look how shy she
She's so
is.
shy. She's like, I'm not coming on the camera. But she is there and she is full of smiles, of course. So this is another reason to get this recipe right, because we want to surprise her and the rest of the family with this beautiful milk tart. And it's looking so good already. Nice work.
That's looking great. So, Raul, what you can do for me
Squeeze some
now-
lemon in there.
Yeah, so what you want to do is you want to work it a little more to get the butter quite small, if you know what I mean. But it's fine. You can imagine that takes a little bit of time, especially when it is a little colder than normal outside. You have to work a little bit harder to break the butter up and get it coated in the flour and that sugar. So the corn flour can go in, you can mix it in, and the last thing that's going to go in is a little bit of salt and the eggs. And then once you mix that all through, you'll see it's not going to form into a dough.
Okay.
Then you're going to take your dough and you put it into the fridge and it rests for half an hour. You're going to give all the dry ingredients a chance to hydrate, to suck up all the moisture from that butter, from the egg, and from the little bit of water that goes in there. When it's done, you take it out, roll it out, pop it into your baking dish, and you're going to blind bake it. Okay? Now, if Carl was your Carl would be like, oh, so I close my eyes and then I
Yeah, you're just like in the oven.
The blind baking is when you put a piece of baking paper. Baking paper, not wax paper.
Okay.
Baking paper.
There's a difference.
There's a huge difference. So the baking paper goes down, some beans, some rice, and anything uncooked. I feel like I'm gonna just like say these things. Uncooked beans, uncooked rice goes down just to create some weight.
Yeah.
And you're gonna pop it into the oven. What's gonna happen is you're gonna cook your dough. You're gonna stop it from rising. If you pour your mixture in there and you bake it immediately with your dough, number one, the chances are you're gonna have a soggy bottom. The dough's not gonna be cooked through all the way through, and it's gonna lift a bit, and you don't want that to happen. So this has been in the oven for 10 minutes. So we've sealed it now. It's partly cooked. So we're gonna work on our filling. So that's gonna go in there.
I like that. Shireen, a quick question though. I've got to ask you, kitchen is something that doesn't need to be done on its own. It's like cooking and baking. Does the daughter ever get involved? Because I see she's hiding now. She doesn't want to be in this kitchen.
She actually loves doing the dessert part. Yeah, she's quite good at that. So
All right.
That is her
okay,
part
I see
that she
her, I
loves
see
to
her. I don't
do,
know where
baking
she,
and-
where she might be now, but I know she's hiding somewhere in the studio. But I was wanting to know if she never hides in the kitchen. Oh, we've got her here. She's waving. What's up?
Wait, oh,
What's your daughter's name, by the way?
Aaliyah.
Aaliyah. All right. Well, good morning to you, Aaliyah. Oh, there she is, Aaliyah in the house. Look at her. She's so cute.
Okay.
So we've got the family in the kitchen now. So there's extra pressure here because, of course, your daughter's going to be watching her
Okay.
birthday present come to life
The
here.
pressure is on. The
Pressure is on. Okay.
But you good hands.
In this pot, I've got milk, a cinnamon stick, and vanilla. Okay, so we're fusing the flavor there. That's gonna come up to a simmer. You don't want to boil that. Over here, I've got some more sugar and eggs. And you see, I've whipped it to be nice and fluffy. I'm going in with some flour, a little bit of corn flour, and a little bit of custard powder. I just like the color and the flavor of it, anyway, which is basically vanilla. So get that in there, mix this through. And once you bring this to a nice, it's gonna look like a dough, but that's not what we're looking for. You wanna just bring it, oh, that smell. Can you smell it already?
Oh, I'll actually eat that just
Yeah,
like
you
that.
can eat that. You can eat that just like that.
That's good for me. I'm sorted.
Little bit of cinnamon
I
goes
think
in.
that's why I never got through to the finishing of any baking because
Wow.
the ingredients don't last. They
Yeah,
go in the oven. There's nothing left.
no, it's not. So we've got two people that eat batters in the studio, Zoe and Raul. Okay,
Yes,
okay.
it's me. It
What we're
is
gonna do
I.
now is we're gonna take some of this milk and we're gonna ladle it in there, but you have to do it carefully. You don't wanna end up cooking the eggs. You can, even though it's mixed in there, you wanna gently incorporate your milk to it. It's gonna make that batter. The batter goes into your tart and it goes back into the oven. The key flavor of a milk tart is vanilla, but mostly cinnamon. So I've infused the milk with the cinnamon. I've got a little bit of cinnamon in this mixture, and at the end, you want to do you want a nice layer of cinnamon over the top.
How did you just casually infuse milk and cinnamon, just by the way? Because that sounds fantastic.
Right?
Oh, yeah, what did you do?
So it's just milk on the stove with a cinnamon stick, vanilla, and a little bit of sugar.
Yum.
And that's all you need. I can imagine if you're having trouble sleeping, if you have a glass of that at night, boom.
I think if it was the middle of winter, right?
Right?
Cape Town in
Yeah.
June, I think Santa Claus might come for that milk. Regardless of the season, it smells that good.
It smells amazing. It smells amazing. So, like I said, we can add a little bit of this milk. Don't do what I'm doing, guys. Use a ladle at home, okay? So, another thing is we've made short crust pastry, but traditionally milk tarts are even made with puff pastry. And I prefer doing that because it's easier, because you don't have to make the pastry. I just thought it's good to teach you how to make the pastry so you know. Puff pastry for me makes the best milk tarts. That's when it really puffs up the sides and you get all that flavor. And that's the difference between a store-bought for me and the one that's made at home, because you can see that difference.
And also a bit of a shortcut in a few of the steps.
Absolutely.
Done, right? If you're lacking a little bit of time to prep that, then that might save you quite a bit.
Yes. Raul, let me get you a knife. Okay? You're gonna do a little slice for us?
Yes, please. Is this something you prepared for us earlier?
I would like to say I made it earlier. I didn't.
I'll use my knife that I got here with the
There we
lemon.
go.
I'm
The
all sorted.
thing about a milk tart, you can absolutely make it the day before, even 2 days before, because it's going to be set. So nothing's going to change about it. It's not going to get dry or anything. So I think this is a great one to do, especially when you don't want to be in the kitchen all day long. Because it's your daughter's birthday. You want to spend the day with her. And you said it's...
Pastry on this one,
She
Chef Clem.
loves milk tarts, so there won't be anything left
Oh,
the
oh,
next day.
maybe we
She
should
normally
put some-
eats the most of a milk
Okay.
tart.
Okay, I got you. So the one that you're going to be making, obviously you're going to put some candles on that because that's going to clearly be the perfect birthday cake, right?
Definitely.
I mean, it's quite epic. She's turning... Is it working? Is it working?
The texture, the feel of it, it's juicy, it's gooey. There's a crispiness on the end of it as well. And look how it just pries out of here. Sorry, I haven't even cut that properly.
You go for it.
much
It's quite epic because your baby's now going to high school next year, right?
She's actually going to grade 7.
Next year? This year?
This year is grade 7, next year.
So next year's
Yeah,
high school.
yeah.
Raul's just giving me some milk tart.
I just had to put that there just so you can admire the magic we just created. Look at that, man.
Look at now. Honestly, I'd like to put it on the board though. That's
I
good.
just had to. It didn't deserve anything else, man.
So you can see the pastry at the bottom, and you can see how well it holds its shape. That's the thing. Also, I find that the store-bought ones are too firm. The ones you're gonna make at home are gonna be nice, a little bit softer, which I think is the key to a milk tart.
I love
and
it.
be like Ryle. Don't use a plate. Serve it
Use a
on the
bowl.
tray.
That's like when
on
your
the
cake,
table.
when your cake is so good that it's beyond a plate.
I
It's got to
agree.
go somewhere else.
Plates are. We're
Put it on
done
the
with
couch.
plates. We're done with plates and bowls.
Expressoshow.com. Get the recipe right here. Culinary Hotline, I can't thank you enough for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure and an honor having you in the studio.
Thank you,
Welcoming you
guys.
to the family, and I hope
Thank
you had
you.
some fun with us. Was it good?
Absolutely.
We had fun. That was
I
great.
wish that you can come back for more. We look forward to that birthday present that you prepare for your daughter.
Thank you.
Please send the pictures to us as well with the birthday
I will,
candles on it as well.
definitely.
And maybe even a birthday wish, because we would love to see if Chef Clem actually did his job today. Yeah, pressure's
see.
on you, my man.
Can you give us a culinary hotline bling ting 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 on
Yes.
your own to the camera?
Culinary Hotline, bling, ding.
Ting, ting, ting! Yes! Gentlemen, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. Culinary Hotline being another one coming at you. Have a beautiful one. See you later.